I'm out front running, oh yeah, front running. I'm out front running, oh yeah,
Getting out of
So
this lane.
in track and field, my favorite race was the 800 meters.
Oof.
And so in this race, all the runners, the runners will start in their lane.
Mm-hmm.
The gun will go off. So for about the first 100 meters, we stay in our lanes, but there's a moment, a point in the race where everyone have to merge out of their lanes and kind of merge into the inside of lane one. And the whole idea is for you when you merge into that lane is to try to position yourself, put yourself in a good position where you can be successful throughout this race. And so one of the things, again, this whole front runner concept, I like to run it up. I like to go up front because when you find yourself in the middle of the pack, there's elbowing, there's some jostling going on. And so I want to get out of that. And so there's this element of getting out of your comfort zone when it's time to kind of get out of your lane and merge into lane one in the 800 meters. And I think that's a picture, an analogy for life. There's moments in our race where we have to kind of shift out of our lane and get out of our comfort zone. And so when you think about your journey, what is that moment or moments you chose to step outside of your comfort zone to become the person that you are today?
Man, that's another great question. I think just overall trusting God to teach what he places in my heart to teach.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You know, a lot of times what I end up having to teach is something that I'm having to grow through myself. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, like, again, I don't even feel comfortable trying to tell you how to live this way if I'm not living that way.
Right.
And so God is like, now I got your attention. You're right. I do need you to tell them this. I need you to tell them exactly what I say. But while you're saying it to them, it's also convicting your heart because you recognize you're deficient in this area. Now, I chose you to tell them because it's going to be awkward for you too. And you have to have enough courage to say what I say to them because they're not going to always like it because it's challenging. Now, I'm not standing up there and beating you in the head with a Bible telling you you're going to hell for A, B, and C. But what I'm saying is this. Are you satisfied with a surface relationship with God? Wow. And they're like, what do you mean by surface? You just know one or two scriptures and you have no desire to study. You pray on Sunday morning only when the pastor says, close your eyes. You don't have a close walk with God. Are you satisfied with that? And God is like, okay, now apply that to you. I know you may spend a little bit more time praying with me and you may spend a little bit more time reading your Bible, but could you give me more of you? Wow. Have you gotten complacent with our walk with each other? And so God shows me through teaching others who may not have as close a walk with Christ as I have, but he's also telling me, don't get complacent in your walk either.
Yes, sir.
You are literally one step away from falling into a pit just like everyone else. Wow. Be diligent, be alert, be vigilant, keep your eyes open. Yes, watch your surroundings, stay connected to me, and I will walk you through this life the right way. Now, as you're walking with me, I'm going to ask you to tell other people certain things. And sometimes it's going to feel uncomfortable because you don't feel like you should judge them. You're not judging them. Your job is to plant the seed and let me water it. But you got to plant what I tell you. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't try to make it seem a little bit easier to swallow. I need them to hear the truth because if they reject your sugar-coated truth, they haven't heard the truth. Tell them exactly what I want them to hear. And when you say it, some people are not going to like you. Some people are going to give you that false pat you on the back and tell you how great of a lesson it was. Don't get caught up in all of that. Yes, you just smile, say to God be the glory, and move on to the next task I have for you.
Yes, sir.
And if you do that, you will not stay in your lane.
Hey, man, that's a good word, man. I appreciate that. So God will call us often to do things that we're growing through.
Right.
If I'm struggling with patience and he called me to teach on patience, I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I have to get out of my lane.
Right.
The thing is that the Lord is carrying us through that.
Absolutely.
He's growing us in that while we are pouring and edifying others. And that's a good word, man. I appreciate that.
I'm out front running, oh yeah, yeah.